In a previous video, I covered the possibility that Georgia's 299C property tax freeze might be eliminated and why it might be outlawed. First, I want to make clear as I make this video in November of 2024, I have no solid or reliable information that the 299C property tax freeze will be eliminated. I've heard periodic rumblings and casual mentions of this possibility from various sources over the years. Nothing close to what I consider serious or reliable information. I have a belief that it is far more likely that current laws might be changed to make it more difficult or more imposed conditions placed in order to get the 299C tax freeze than an outright abolishment. However, if an abolishment of the 299C tax freeze were to happen, what would I do? What would I tell my friends to do? I have given some thought to this possibility. Some people might suggest that you contact your Georgia State Representative and complain about it. Ideally, you want to complain to a Georgia State Representative prior to any laws being changed. However, I'm a bit cynical about the effectiveness of this approach unless you are somehow connected to Georgia politics. It's far more likely that I find out about it after the fact, like most average people. I'm going to assume that you are like me. I have little or no political connections to anyone in Georgia government. I'm simply a small property owner trying to financially protect myself from inflated property tax bills. I religiously advise and practice filing tax appeals every 3 years for every property I am involved with. I think the absolute best way to protect yourself from the elimination or changes of any future 299C property tax freeze is to actively learn and engage the current property tax appeal process. Get involved now, stay informed, and keep your ears open. Get to know your tax assessor's office, get to know the employees, and learn about Georgia's current tax appeal process. What I'm going to say next is going to seem a bit self-serving, but I can assure you that it is what I honestly believe, especially if you are new to all this and want to be prepared for any new changes in the future. One easy, inexpensive way to start learning for free is to subscribe to my channel and start watching and listening to YouTube videos on the topic. I teach, give insights, and shed light on different aspects of Georgia's tax appeal process with every video I upload. Well, you will be automatically notified when I upload new videos to this channel. And in case you didn't know this is a bit of YouTube algorithm trivia. Whenever you hit that like button on this video or any other video, you provide a signal to YouTube that you want similar types of videos on the topic. I've also written several articles about Georgia tax appeals on my website, georgiataxappealinfo.com. It's all free and part of what I consider my small piece of public service. I also have a Substack you can subscribe to. I will put all this in the description area below. Getting beyond all the free stuff, you should buy a copy of my book. It is the heart of my work to educate property owners in all 159 counties in Georgia. People who call or email me without having read my book or watched any of my videos, it's very tough. It's simply not practical or efficient for me to give email or phone tutorials. My book is less than $10 on Amazon for the Kindle version. You get a lot of information, tips, and strategies for that price. You certainly don't have to buy my book to file a tax appeal in Georgia, but I can tell you, you will get a huge head start on how the entire process works than if you tried to muddle your way through blindly like I did for many years. Even if you do watch all my free YouTube videos, I go into the entire Georgia tax appeal process in much more detail than I ever could in a video. You will be happy to know if you buy the Kindle version of my book, you automatically get free updates to my book. I update my book every year with new information, tactics, and strategies. And if you prefer print books, like this one here, my book is also available on Amazon for a few bucks more. Once you get the basic knowledge and foundation, it's super important to practice what you learn. In Georgia, there are no filing fees to file a tax appeal. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by filing your own tax appeal. As I make this video in November of 2024, I am towards the end of the 2024 tax appeal season. However, it won't be long before the 2025 tax appeal season begins a few months after the new year. Yes, it takes some time and effort, but the knowledge, experience, and networking you gain is invaluable. I've had a couple people reach out to me over the past year. They have a limited perspective because they have never done it before and they are cynical about it. Because of this, they will always be at the mercy of the tax assessors. They will not teach or explain to you all the things you need to know, like I try to do. Unfortunately, these folks are cynical of their chances of success. By contrast, I am almost always optimistic I will get a value reduction because of my willingness to engage the process. They don't understand the value of getting into the process and start creating working relationships and developing personal rapport with tax assessor employees. Yes, you might run into a few difficult employees no matter where you go, but if you are nice, respectful, and determined to do your part to learn and be informed, you will be surprised at what you can accomplish with your tax appeal. If you learn how to do tax appeals now and get to know the people involved now, you will get a huge leg up for any future changes or even the elimination of the 299C property tax freeze. You have to understand that with any administrative or legislative changes, they are not going to entirely uproot, reinvent, or destroy the current tax appeals system. It will be much more likely be a modification of the existing system. Every county has its own way of doing things, and the sooner you get involved in your county, the better off you will be if any changes happen in the future. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.